Holy Vanilla, where we talk about vanilla Christianity in America today. Not the spicy chocolate Christians, not the interesting strawberry Christians, just the plain vanilla Christians. Our goal is to make Christians stronger Christians, but most likely using tough love. The question is, should Christians boycott retail stores that do things contradictory to our faith? Things that are anti-Christian. On the surface, Christians should absolutely stand up for their beliefs through action by not visiting stores that offer goods and services that run counter to our faith. Absolutely, 100%. More Christians need more fight in their daily routine. But there's a catch to this philosophy of which I don't think most Christians are aware. The catch? Most Christians don't realize a vast majority of medium to large size companies in America actively support groups and or processes that are anti-Christian. And it's just not public knowledge or made it to Fox News yet. So, what are Christians supposed to do? If Christians choose to boycott stores that promote anti-Christian values, our choices for food, clothing, supplies, and investments will be severely limited. The more you act out your faith in this regard, the less choices you will have. On the flip side, if Christians shop at stores that promote anti-Christian values, Christians will support anti-Christian values. Talk about whacking yourself over the head. Ow. Bottom line, when a Christian shops at a store in America today, they are most likely supporting anti-Christian values, whether you mean to do this or not, and or whether you hear about it in the news or not. If this sounds conspiratorial or on the fringe, it is not. It is happening every day and is a major reason why Christianity is on the decline in America. So going back to the original question, should Christians boycott retail stores? My answer is yes and no. Yes, because Christians need to get off the couch more and go fight for their beliefs more. And if boycotting does that, then good. No, because it's probably not as effective as you think it is, and there are other things that you can do with your time and energy that are probably more effective. Christians, if you choose to boycott, you need to boycott most stores in America to be consistent within your faith. And I just don't see most bougie Christians doing that. Also, boycotting is a defensive and reactive action. If the evil product gets to the store shelves, so many things have failed for Christians over the course of years. Christians are already on their heels at this point. Boycotting is simply a band-aid on a deeper wound. And this is why I do not boycott. Quite frankly, it's just not an efficient use of my time and energy. And I tend to build solid relationships with people who work at stores most mainstream Christians tend to boycott. And I'm not going to lose those relationships. They mean a lot to me. If Christians really want change in corporate and cultural America, we need to do the following proactive and historically highly effective actions before we get carried away with too much boycotting. Highly effective action number 1, Christians should do before boycotting. Christians need to pray for God to come back to America. It is utterly embarrassing how little we do this, even though we claim to have an all-powerful God. If you believe He's all-powerful, why not pray for Him to be all-powerful in America? Highly effective action number 2 Christians should do before boycotting. Christians need to pray for God's power, but in groups. Their families, whole churches, at schools, whole cities, states, National Day of Prayer more often. God loves it when whole groups, states, and nations pray to Him. Highly effective action number 3 Christians should do before boycotting. Beyond prayer, Christians need to mobilize more, work together more in the trenches, in our schools, serving the needy, in our communities. We are so fractured as a faith, and it has broken Christianity's strength and influence in America in an incredible way. Highly effective action number 4 Christians should do before boycotting. Christians, and this is real, Christians need to act out their faith on an hour-by-hour basis more often. More Christians need to say no to the sinful stuff more often and yes to the righteous stuff more often throughout each day more often. Can you imagine if that occurred more often? The spiritual earthquake that would occur in America? I mean, I'm not perfect, you're not perfect, but we could all do better more often, and it would make a huge difference. Oh gosh, it would. Highly effective action number 5 Christians should do before boycotting. Christians need to serve others more and serve themselves less. Every day, every week, every day, every week, every year, every day, every week, every year. The whole concept of serving God first, then your neighbor, then yourself has gotten jacked up. It's probably flipped these days. Sometime I would encourage you to look up the Great Commandment in the Bible and learn more about this wonderful biblical concept. Thank you for watching Holy Vanilla. We would appreciate it if you would hit the subscribe button. Also, if you like what we're trying to do on this program and would like to support us, click on the link below or go to holyvanilla.com. Also, one last thing, if you would like to ask us a question about anything, go to holyvanilla.com and click on the button, Send Us a Question.